Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day. Caught you all out, didn't I? Because I was bang on 7 o'clock tonight, bang on. There was nobody was watching. I think it's the first time ever I've managed to do it on time. Purely, I guess, because well, what's going on this week? Well, we have family here at the moment. We have Mrs. H's daughter, my stepdaughter, and her husband, and the two grandkids. And we spent all day cooking Halloween cakes and sausages and God knows what else. And they're all in there now, stuffing their face full of cottage pie, which I just managed to get some down before we came in here tonight and shut the door. And peace, peace and quiet. I mean, I love them all, don't get me wrong, but we got so used to being on our own. Oh, I probably say it every time, but there we go. Lovely to see him come and lovely to see him go. Probably shouldn't say that, should we? So here are made in 1952. All original parts. Well, most of them. There's a few bits and bobs that are either missing or creaking or grinding or whatever the case might be. As I say, good evening. But I hope everybody's well. Um, on the eve of the clocks going back, they fall back at 1 o'clock this evening or tomorrow morning, I should say. I shan't be up to make sure they go back. You can be sure of that. But apparently, the Big Ben is being put back by their engineers at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, good luck to that one, stopping that pendulum, I'll tell you. Good luck to you. So, anyway, what's been going on? Well, to be honest with you, I always say nothing's going on much. Well, I mean, I've finally managed to get the guy to pick up this old, probably 70s or 80s Honda that I rebuilt for him with all original parts, but made one good one out of two. If you remember, it was the one that looked like a farmyard. It came in. As I said, I've seen more dirt and dust and mud and God knows what else on a tractor when they've been ploughing. Um, anyway, we managed to get it all back together, and it was amazing actually how many bits this so-called engine that ran a year ago, how it ran. I really don't know. I mean, for instance, the governor is a fan governor. Well, it sits on a pivot, which is part of the intake manifold. Well, that was broken off, so I'm not quite sure how that motor ever ran. I'm sure me thinks he's told me a bit of a pack of lies. Anyway, he came in eventually today, and he picked, beg your pardon, yesterday picked it up. He beat me down on price, but to be honest with you, I was just so glad to see the back of the damn thing. I cleared the workshop with that and all the bits and the bobs. Um, and it started first, well, second pull actually, because I tell you start it, I got nothing to prove. And Tommy finished fannying around. He managed to get it started a second pull, thank goodness, and it ran really well actually. And it dried, it does everything it's supposed to do, and he's gone away happy. And he asked me, "Can I bring some more old stuff in for you to fix?" And I said, "No, I don't want anything else. I've done this for you." Um, and frankly, I don't want any more of it. Don't want any more of your work. I was quite polite. So he's gone away with his tail between on his legs, I think. But anyway, that's entirely up to him. Not a problem. What else is going on? Well, yeah, the workshop's clear. I've been doing this. I don't know if I can show you that. I won't turn this on. That's a strobe light. I got two of them, and together with a laser. Where's that to? Here we go. A laser. All of this is going to go into the party on Saturday. Okay, if I don't drop it. Mrs. H hates these strobe lights, so more reason to have them. So I've mounted them on bits of board and plaster and God knows what else. So that's going in ready for Saturday. Paid the bill this week. Anybody spare a few dimes for a poor boy? Yes, interested. Always sounds a good idea when you organise it until the time comes to pay. No doubt Ken, by the way, Ken Small Engines, who won't be watching this evening, who's having his daughter getting married today, who has spent a small fortune on his lovely daughter's wedding. no doubt he's thinking the same. My God, that was a lot of money for one day. However, I'm sure his daughter's worth it, and I hope they have a lovely day. I know he did say he was going to try and go live during the wedding celebrations. Quite why, I'm not sure. But who knows? He might even turn up here tonight. Who knows? I doubt it, to be fair. But if he does, man, look forward to seeing him, as is everybody else. Always look forward to seeing everybody, having a chat, have a bit of fun. And I don't know if you ever noticed over the sort of few weeks, I actually end up sitting quietly in the top left-hand corner. Where are we? Of that bit up there. I usually end up sat up there quietly while everybody else gets on with it. I can't get a word in edgeways, and which is great actually, because it means that there's all friends getting together, having a yap, and sorting out a few problems, bits and bobs, and a bit of fun, and all the rest of it, a bit of a Mickey take of each other, which is brilliant. There's never any malice, and I look forward to it on a Saturday evening. I really do. However, talking about Saturday evenings, next Saturday I will not be here because we've been doing our party, hence the 1952 business. I'm 70 years old next weekend, and I know Mick's coming down, and I know Klaus tried to organise to come. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the flight sorted out, which was a great shame. Yes, 70 years old. How on earth I got here, God only knows. All the bits and pieces are either hurt, broke, or damaged, or whatever over the years. Anyway, and of course, more importantly, it's for Anne's party as well, as she's going to finally retire. She retires now. She's done, I think we worked it out, 52 years for the National Health Service as a nurse, a student nurse. And that would have been Mick, no doubt, just trying to ring me. There we go. Look. Yes, it is. And so started off as a student nurse, and that's incidentally where she and I met. You know that most have heard the story before, but it basically was I was a first patient on the first day of her first ward when she was nursing. So that's where we got to know each other first, start off all those years ago. So she went from a student nurse to a nurse to a staff nurse to become a sister, and she ended up working in theatres nearly all those years. She always said she hated to see patients in pain in the wards, so she decided to go and work in the theatres. She was one of the ones that hand the knives and the forks to the surgeon, scrub nurses they call them. She loved it. Apparently, she worked on guts. Anyway, then she decided after a few years become an anaesthetic sister, whereby she works with the anaesthetist rather than a surgeon, and she loved it. And for the last few years, that's what she's been involved doing, to the point when she works on what they call the bank, which she chooses her own hours, and that's now once every Friday, a whole long day when she comes home knackered. But at long last, I've finally managed to get her to retire. For no other reason, I'm not sure many people actually know this. Over here in the NHS, I'm not sure about the rest of the world. They actually have to pay to have a license to practice. Would you believe? In other words, for her to be a nurse, she actually pays a registration fee every 3 years, and then has to re-register. Would you believe? And it's a right old kerfuffle. And same as she says, 30, 40, 50 years of experience, you would have thought by now to be sorted out. Anyway, she's not going to redo it. Hello, Mick. And she finishes. I think she said 3 more Fridays and then she's finished. Great news. So anyway, there we go. That's enough of this yapping, as always. Let's have a look, see who's in the in the house or in the comment sheet. So let's go right the way back. There's always, oh my lord, let's see if I can go right back if I can at the moment. Oh dear, oh dear. I didn't know there were so many people around. There we go. Right, so right at the very beginning, Bruce is, hello Bruce, saying Conker. Bruce, watched your video today, was it yesterday, about the noisy mower, when you managed to find out what it was. I really did enjoy it, mate. Thank you very much indeed. Trode Mandanzul, ready for the night? Well, we certainly hope so, mate, and look forward to seeing you then. Guys playing with his toes. Good evening, Bill. I hope you're very well. Moving on very swiftly. Hey Nioki, good evening, my friend. I hope you're very well. I'm sure you must be. Guys still playing with his toes. DLR Small Adventures. Small Adventures, yeah. Hello, Top Conker and everybody in the chat. Good evening, my friend. Lovely to see you. Everybody saying hello to everybody else. Guys still playing around with his toes. If you hear it in the background, it's the family yapping. Barry, I beg your pardon, Barry Ewok. Good evening, Barry. I hope you're well, my friend. Lovely to see you. Guys, it's a lot of work, Tom, getting the movements and speech time. Of course, Bill's done this video, hasn't he? With he's laid on like almost a cartoon size picture of himself on his videos. Very clever. I know he's been involved with IT all his working life. So yeah, you watch his videos, it's quite clever to watch him do it. Henry, good evening, Henry. Hello, my friend. I hope you're very well, my friend. I look forward to seeing you when you come up here in a moment, I hope. Ken Small Engines. Good afternoon, Ken. I thought you were at a wedding. Well, if you do come up, mate, it'd be lovely to see you. Because this opened up about half an hour ago, 3/4 of an hour ago. Maybe it's just before the wedding. Where are we? Everybody's saying hello to everybody else. Barry is saying hello. Oh, apparently Ken is, I'm going to pop this up. Coming to you from Gusto Restaurant in Milford, Connecticut. Oh, there we go. Stuff in your face, Ken, no doubt. I hope the wedding went really, really well. There we go. Moving on down through. Henry's guys playing. Henry's again. Everybody's laughing, having a bit of fun. Great. Grass cut power. Hello, Tim. Hope you're well, my friend. Lovely to see you as always. Where are we? Moving on down. If I miss you, please do shout. I'm trying to catch up. Oh, Hobby Motor. Hello, Klaus. How are you, mate? All right, good to see you. Cheers. Already? Where are we? Going on down through. We're starting to move a little bit down through everybody. Hobby Motor saying hello to everybody else. I don't know if anybody's seen this, but this is from Bill. My ex called me, told me she'd get a new psychiatrist. I told her you're fat. Dear Lord. Bill Shed. Good evening, Bill. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. We've laid down. Ken Small is still there. I'm nearly halfway, would you believe? Mark Wiley. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well. Lovely to see you again, as always. I think I'm working my way down through here. Nioki's there. If I'm missing anybody, please do shout. Where are we? Let's put the invite out, shall we? While I'm looking down through the comments. Let's see if I can pop that in there now. Boom! There goes the invite. It's 7:15 in the evening here in the UK. Matt Johnson. Hello, Matt. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. You're saying hello to everybody else, as is Al McLean. Good evening, Al. Ben's Workshop. Hello, Ben's. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Matt Johnson. Hi, mate. How you doing? Matt Johnson. Good to see you, my friend. He's saying hello to everybody else as well. I see people in the basement have turned up. Some good-looking dudes. And Klaus. I see you smiling. Working my way down through here. Ben's Workshop. Hello, Ben's. You're doing well. Getting my way down through it. If you shout it, please shout. Oh, Stella. Hello, Stella. How are you, my lovely? Good to see you. Hopefully you'll come out and give us some glamour for a change. Some of these gnarly old devils down there in that basement. I'd be careful what I say then, don't I? DNR Small Ventures. We're nearly there, you know. I really am nearly at the bottom. Oh, just jumped again. Dick Small Engines. Saying hello to Hank. Well, I'm nearly. Oh, I've jumped. Vintage Engine Repairs. Hi. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Garden Tractor Boy. Now we helped you, or at least Ken helped you the other day getting all your subscriptions or subscribers. I think got over 1,000. I'm on 319. That tells you a story, doesn't it? So nobody helps this poor old boy. Never mind. Jordan, Jordanie, good evening. You're saying hello to everybody else. Listening in the background, you're more than welcome, my friend. Always. Mick Hardy saying hello to the tractor boy. And we're just about there. Hobby Motor is there. Yep, I'm there. Got there. We got there, guys. So let's have a look, see who's down in the basement, and see it's have we got any of these gnarly. I'm talking about gnarly. Hello, Bruce. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Just a bit browbeaten from all these grandchildren, but there we go.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I enjoyed your last video, mate. Looking at the death rattle, as you called it.
Yeah,
That was an interesting one.
on the cheapest lawnmower on earth that looks like the most expensive lawnmower on earth.
It looked a good machine, my friend.
Yeah, it's cute, but it's thin.
Good evening, Klaus. Where are you? Let's get you up here.
Yeah, well.
Come on, Klaus. Come on, come on.
Come on, Klaus.
Hello.
I'm clicking on you, mate.
Huh?
I'm clicking on you, Klaus, but you're not coming up.
Why not?
Where
What's
are
going
you,
on?
Klaus? Oh, I think you're frozen, mate. Are you there? You might want to reboot there, Klaus. I think you're frozen. There we go. There's on my own, mate. Yeah, let's see.
Bruce, how you doing, Phil?
It's always a delight to see you, my friend. Always.
Same here. I'm glad you guys are here. Hey, go.
Very good. Hello, Bill. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good here today.
Until yesterday, you say. Hi, Tim.
Tim.
Ken, Bill, Bruce, Henry, Conker.
That's right. Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right, here comes Klaus. There he is. We got you, mate. Hello,
There
Klaus.
you go.
Hey, Clark.
Had a few problems there to start off. I couldn't get you up, mate. There we go.
No, I saw it flickering on and off, and it looked fairly normal here, but I don't know. I just went back in, and it's fine.
Yeah, that's sure. That's good. Good. It's good to see you guys. I hope everybody's well.
Yep. Yeah. You're looking better, Henry.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel a lot better. The doctor took me off that medicine, and I'm better.
Well, something makes you look radiant,
Yes.
Henry. Radiant.
I look radiant?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm radioactive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Medicine's not made for sick people.
Yeah.
No.
Bill, you're going to have to explain to the rest of us nerdy wells on how you get this little tiny
Yes,
one.
Mick, I'll try and have a haircut before Soltex.
You want to see something fun? You want to see what that looks like before I send it out?
Well,
I was actually
Here, I'm working on one
Hello,
now.
Hey, Sparky.
You know
Hi,
your
Sparky.
video line? That's what it looks like when you get that many things going at the same time. Each little piece is a separate edit.
See, I'm getting a headache now. That's way too
Yeah.
much going on one
Yeah.
screen.
It's
That's why I don't edit. It's just
Right.
too much.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Can everyone
Yeah.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Sparky.
Right. Thank you ever so much. I can't stay. But thank you, whoever donated to my website. My father-in-law lost his wife on the 24th of October.
Okay, mate. Good to see you. All right.
So, I thought to let you lot know. Thank you ever so much. Ken, if you can explain more, I'm going to get off the phone, okay?
All right.
Cheers, mate.
Right,
All
take
the
care,
best.
mate. Look
Cheers.
after yourselves, everyone.
Hello.
See you later, Sparky.
Ken, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be getting your daughter married.
No, they're only
Me and Mrs. Potty Mouth.
Hello, Mr. TM.
Hey, how you doing?
No, this is the after party.
Where are you as far as the wedding's concerned? And Ken, you starting?
The rehearsal's done. The wedding's tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Ah, right.
You do the rehearsal the day before, then you have food and drink and
2
That's
days in
usually
a
how it
row.
works.
2 days in a row. That's nice. That's nice.
Well, European wedding is usually 2 to 3 days.
They
Or
are.
you wonder if somebody's like, you got to wonder if his daughter practiced running down the aisle because she changed her mind.
Have fun, Ken.
Yes. Definitely.
Cheers.
I hope that's gin and tonic, Ken.
Yeah, the weather's going to be beautiful. It's going to be nice.
Oh, excellent. Well done, mate. So you have 2 days you have to pay for them, mate.
It's going to be for free.
Yeah, so you're all ready to go then. Are you all ready to
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're there. We're there. We're all done.
Oh, good stuff. Well done, mate. Good enough.
Tuxedo tomorrow, Ken.
We're sharing.
Tuxedo tomorrow.
Appetizers now.
That was perfect timing. You wait till you get a mouthful of food before you ask me a question.
Nothing new there.
We're sharing. We're
Happy to they look nice.
That's eggplant rollatini.
Hi, mate.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Calamari.
So I guess it's an Italian restaurant.
That looks like
Oh,
a
yeah.
Canadian. That looks like a Canadian drink there, Caesar.
What is it? Charcuterie? What do they call it? Charcuterie?
Charcuterie, yeah. Where's your waitress, Ken? Say hello your waitress.
Oh, we got to tip the hell out of them. Tip the hell out of them.
Take him in the back. Take him in the back.
Yeah, take him in the
Let's tell her we're gonna give her points out of 10 if she has to get on.
Calamari.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a wedding for Ken. That's what Dick was just saying. He says for Duchess, it's a funeral. They're losing their best customer because he won't be able
I was
to
there
afford
this
to go.
morning. I was there this morning.
They're going to wreck your budget with this. You won't be able to afford Duchess.
They take MasterCard.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I got to get back to the party. It was
Yeah,
good seeing
you better get
everybody.
out
Yeah.
So I'll be back later. You're on for 2 hours. I'll be back.
Have fun,
All right,
Ken.
Ken, good to see you,
Oh,
mate.
just no. Sparky was saying. I guess it was Joe's father passed away, so that's what he was trying to say. So.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, have fun.
Time
Have fun.
to eat, drink, and be merry. So cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Right on. Have fun.
No one used them.
That was fun.
Yeah.
A little peek into the private life, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's going to send us a bill for our percentage of the party invited too.
Yeah.
I think you shared with us just how much it was going to cost him. It was eye-watering amount of money he was going to spend.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm out.
can you just go to church, say I do, and then party, and that's
You could, but you know what? A woman would, on her first marriage, wants that,
Cinderella story.
exactly.
Yeah.
And the second
And
one, and the third one, and the fourth one. They
Oh,
all want
there's,
it.
and there's an Italian touch, so that's got to make it at least 2 days, and the food will be good. So yeah,
Guys, they don't care. They go to City Hall, sign their name, and that's it,
Yeah, and they think the cost was the gas.
and bitch about it.
Well, I'm just trying to think when Annie and I got married, we did it all ourselves and we hired the local pub. And I think we probably got wed for less than £1,000. And that was feeding, well, however, 20 odd people,
Did they have weddings back then, Phil? Did they have weddings back then, Phil?
Bruce.
See, Phil, I was going to ask you how close you guys danced to the fire during those weddings, but I didn't.
But to be honest with you, I bet you I'd been married twice by the time you were married the first time.
You told me the first, second, or third time, Bruce. Hang on for me. I'm on number 3.
What's he got to make your eyes water, Conker?
I'm not sure, mate.
Maybe he's got a new backpack for all the things he's gonna grab next week.
I bet it's that stinky fish.
Oh, it's the stinky fish.
I dread to think, to be honest with you. This afternoon.
You're actually talking a lot today, Phil.
Well, I'm getting the opportunity, Bruce. Normally, I can't get in. Usually, it starts off okay, and I end up sort of sat there like this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you get it all out in the beginning.
Yeah. Make hay while the sun shines, as they say, Henry.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, exactly.
That's what they say out here.
You've got a button, Phil. You can mute everybody.
I know, mate. Yeah, no, I'm far too polite for that, but far too polite. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I was glad. As I was saying earlier on, I'm glad to get rid of that Honda that I rebuilt. That's been on the bench for far too long.
They can be a bugger. They can be a bugger.
Oh, terrible!
Yeah.
And to be honest with you guys, I mean, I wouldn't say he saw me off, but I didn't charge him anywhere near enough, and I just want to get rid of it. You know, you get to the point where I'm sick of it. I'm talking time, not parts, anyway. But
Yeah.
whatever. At least it's gone now, and I shan't be doing any more of his stuff. That's the end of that nonsense.
That's it. Yeah.
You know, get fingers burnt once.
Here's Mrs. Pender.
I've still got the one up at the top of the garden there from my mate, who still hasn't paid me. You know, that could well be going up for sale fairly soon. I think if we carry on. Otherwise, it becomes a storeroom, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You've gone white on your side there, Bruce. Somebody opened you up, are they? I'm talking about style. Here we go, guys. Style. Look at that. Look. Hello, Stella.
Hey,
Hi, Stella.
My lovely.
good day,
How are you?
gentlemen. I hope everyone is well.
We're
Yes.
far better for seeing you, Stella. Each and every
Klaus,
one of us.
this one's for you. I got a guy that texted me at 1:27. It's 2:27 right now. He says, I'll be there in 10 minutes. So he hasn't shown up yet. So I might have to run away here.
That's fine. Yeah.
I
It's
gotta
like-
ask the question, Stella. What's he turning up for? I hope it's to do with school.
Well, I have to give him, a pass here because he dropped this machine off like ages ago, and I honestly forgot about it. And he wanted me to tighten up the carburetor was loose, so I did that, and then I realized it didn't have spark, and I thought I texted him, but I didn't. Then I got a new phone, and it was a mess. But yeah, he needs a new coil, and I mentioned to Klaus earlier that these Poulon Pros are actually pretty easy to get to the coil. You just have to take off the tank. There's 2 screws, and poof, there's a little cover right there. It's pretty awesome.
Right.
No, but I mean that insulating block becoming loose. That's a classic.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
happens on a lot of stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But he's going to come by. He's not going to fix it because it's cheap, but he's going to come by and, basically, pay me like the minimum charge and take it away. He has another one. So I said, keep it for parts, man. There's a lot of good stuff on it that, if you wanted to keep the other 2 going, like the elbow and the tube and all that sort of stuff is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the wonders of some of this thread glue stuff, isn't it? It should stop these isolators working through.
I think so. I don't know. I mean, they said this was not going to go because he's not going to buy the coil. And then, of course, you need fuel lines and blah, blah, blah. It's been sitting for, he said, a year. I suspect it's more than that. So it's okay.
Was it a saw, Stella? Was it a chainsaw?
No, it's a backpack blower.
Oh, big
And
brand. Okay.
and he can buy a brand new one for like $250, and that's what he already has another one. So I said, man, come, the straps are in good shape and everything is
Full
good
cord.
except the coil is bad. Oh yeah, all that stuff is good.
Yeah, I've got a workshop full of that stuff. That one day
Yes.
that'll be useful. One day I'll make use of that. One day, and it's still in
See?
boxes.
See my background? See what's up top?
Yeah.
More boxes of stuff. Just lots of stuff up there. It's embarrassing sometimes, but I don't care. I'm amongst friends, right?
And would
Yep.
you remember where it all was? That's the thing.
You're among pack rats.
That's exactly.
You got to have a little bit in the hoard.
Yeah.
Well, in my idea of trying to get rid of stuff, this is a top end from some, I don't know, scooter that's been here for more than 10 years. So I'll be taking all that to the metal recycler.
You know what will happen? The
Echo.
following day you'll need it.
Yeah,
Oh,
tomorrow
no, not this.
you'll go to the metal recycler, and then tomorrow afternoon you'll need it.
No. This I don't need this piston anymore. I don't know if you can
No.
see that or not.
Oh, you don't.
You don't need that one.
No, you could save that, Stella. A little bit of tender loving care to get that one going again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it just
You're a welder, too.
needs a little bit of washing. Pressure spray it.
And
It'll
it's
be
and it's
fine.
not even my stuff. It's a friend of mine that left all kinds of junk here. The head's pretty awesome looking too. Isn't that great?
What does that? Has there been some?
I don't Oh, I know. Yeah. Oh, I see what it is. It's the the needle bearing. The exploded.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Cheap. It's cheap Chinese
I
junk.
know.
So you know.
Yeah.
I figured something got in there and banged around.
Yeah, the needle bearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the needle bearing. Yeah, what's left of it. But you know, he buys this crap. Hey,
Nope,
Phil, I got this for you. You want me to send this to you?
Yeah, so hang on.
Hey, Stella, he's got plenty of them. They're all on the floor.
They're all under your workbench.
I've got dozens of them, Stella. Dozens of them. I can't find one, but I've got dozens of them. But I have to admit, I did buy the tool to fit them. And there is a tool made by Still. You can actually buy a tool to fit them.
You can.
And there's 3 different sizes. I think it's 8, 10, and 12 mil clips that they fit.
Conker, you can't tell me stuff like that. Don't do that.
So that means you have to have. So that means you have to have 3 tools. Is that what you're saying?
No,
That means Klaus is going to have 3 tools.
3 separate inserts to go on it.
It's a challenge, buddy. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not fair play. It's not.
I'll send you the part number. But to be honest with you, I borrowed the first time I borrowed one to fix a saw. It was so good. I thought if ever I need to do it again, I'll buy one. And within the 2 weeks, another job came in. I bought this tool, and it took 2 seconds, and I'm not exaggerating, to fit the clip. It was that quick.
I have good luck with these bent nose pliers.
Yeah.
Did you try those?
Yes, that's why I've got 52 spring clips all over the floor, Stella.
I understand.
But there's a certain trick to it because you want to get it started first, and then it just goes and it's in there.
You gotta hold your finger right.
Yeah,
No, you gotta hold your tongue right.
Yeah. That one too. Yeah, exactly. I go to the other side.
I think I paid £24 for the tool, and it earned its money in 2 minutes.
Isn't that something? Hey, how that happened?
Yeah, you're still doing it, Conker. You're not helping. You're not helping me.
Okay, I'm so
I can get it and bring it in and show it to you, but I think you'd be sold on it. But
hold on. I need to go check something on the web page here. I'll be...
So this is like a unitasker tool. That's all it's for, is putting in wrist pin clips.
Yeah, I guess.
Yep.
Fair needle nose with a little groove in it, grind a groove in it. And you don't even have to turn it. You just got to put it one end in and push it out.
But Hank, now we know there's an OEM tool out there.
Yeah.
So who need needle nose, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm like you, Klaus.
I know. gotta have it. Gotta have it. Excellent.
You want me to show you a picture of it, Klaus?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Right, Henry, you're in charge for 2 minutes. I'll go and get Klaus a tool. There we go.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see this tool.
Yeah, me too. I want to know where I can buy. I mean, yeah, I want to see it too.
No, you want to know where you can buy it, Klaus.
I know.
We just need the website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm just joking. Now, where's my pen so I can start taking notes?
Yeah.
I might be interrupted too. I got a guy showing up with a snowblower and a lawnmower.
All righty.
So he wants you to cover next
A
year.
lawn blower.
The same guy that landscaped my front yard.
Yeah.
Not the muscle guy, but the owner of the company.
The muscle guy? What are you saying, Bruce?
No, there was about 2 years ago, I redid the front yard, and the company that one of the guys that worked there. He's about 55 years old, and he looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day.
Yeah, I remember.
I tried to convince you guys it was actually me with a wig, but
Oh boy.
can I show you something on this last snowblower that I'm just working on now? I got to show it to you.
Okay, too much dead time. Let's go. Somebody say something.
I'm back. Okay.
John Deere.
Yep.
So the guy who had this before me, pardon me, let me blow me up there, Phil, if you can.
I think
Phil's
Phil's
not
gone.
Oh, you guys can see. You see that slit? So the guy who owned this auger before me did not use shear pins. He used grade 8 bolts. And it sliced its way almost all the way through there.
Wow.
You can see that, eh?
It's welding time.
Yeah, well,
I've just had a sudden thought. I should have kept this for a mystery object, can I?
yeah, and it's I've got a patch made.
Yeah.
I can't weld inside because I need to get the 1-inch shaft through. So I'm just going to put that little patch on there.
Can you get another piece of pipe and just cut it so it just fits on there?
You know, I don't want to do anything to the inside diameter because I'll never be able to pound that back on. You know, even if it's just a 1/16 of an inch, I'll never pound it on.
Get a piece of pipe that fits over it. Oh, all right, you got it. Yeah.
And then I gotta leave the holes open.
Yeah.
I guess I could drill it after, but then the shear pins won't reach because you have to buy a special shear pin.
Okay.
I have to go around where the holes aren't, right? So there is kind of, it's hard to do. This thing's big and heavy. I got to go around and just not cover the hole.
Right. There you go. When you first showed me that piece that looked square and thick.
Yeah, it does. And then I'll just paint it yellow and no one will ever know.
No,
that's almost to the point where it's going to break, eh?
I'm surprised that it wore out that much.
You know? Me too.
It's probably the bolt's probably been too small for the hole, so it's been able to knock back and forth. And,
well, I mean, you got it. Oh, I know where I put it. That's the grade 8 stove bolt you got in there.
Yeah, look at that. Hardly any damage on that.
Yeah, I know. So that took up my day yesterday.
He probably said, "Damn, this bolt broke. How cheap."
when I first the snowball was given to me because of that damage, and the drive pulley on the auger was all bent. So now I'm in the process of rebuilding the entire auger, of course.
Wow.
Right.
So what do you got there, Phil?
Patience than me.
Bill doesn't know. Bill doesn't know what a snowblower is.
Here's this wonder tool.
Yes.
From Still.
Wow.
Well, that looks nothing what I thought it would look like.
What's the number on it?
How you fit it is you put the clip in here.
Hold it up.
It goes in there.
Yeah.
And then this end with the magnet, it's a magnet there.
It grabs the titty.
Puts it in. Right way around. Right. Fit this to the piston and force it through. And it forces the clip through the tip into the piston.
Wow. Must have tools.
So Phil, the part in your left hand, is that like what you change out for the different size wrist pins?
Yeah.
And does it come with all three?
No, I just bought the one. I'll give you the part number. You can look this up. So I don't know if you can see it. It's a steel quality steel. Hang on.
Yep. I can't see the number though. If you
I'm
can
going to give you
read
the
it.
number, guys. Ready?
Yeah.
5910.
Sorry.
Klaus is writing this down.
Typing it in right now.
All right, so it's 5910 890 2208 E for Echo 8. Now the last number, the 8, is the size of the clip.
Yeah.
So you can buy either an 8, a 10, or a 12.
And each one is about how many euros or
Oh
pounds?
boy, this is 34 pounds per tool.
There we go.
That's just. Sorry, I'm too cheap.
Yeah.
Me too. Hey,
Yeah,
Stella,
but
we should.
but it's a
You know
nice
how we
tool.
made our. You know how we made our piston stops.
Yes.
We should make one.
But it works, guys. And,
Yeah.
and it saved me a huge headache. If you go to the park, I didn't think you could get them over here, but I was actually able to buy that in the UK. I think it was £22 or £23 in the UK.
34 pounds, 41 pounds, including VAT at LNS Engineers.
Yeah.
Move.
Tim.
Anyway, that's the tool. I should maybe have made that into the mystery tool, maybe, but there we go. Too late now.
That would have been a good mystery.
No,
tool.
it's. I was wondering if is there room for it on both sides when the crankshaft is in the in its place. You access it.
I mean, I use this on a chainsaw, so I just put the I don't know what you call it, the holder underneath the piston for the crank. Hold it.
Connecting rod, yeah.
So you put one clip in one side, push the piston in, and then just put the clip. Then you can put your piston in.
All right, nice.
It works. I mean, it's very well engineered as you'd expect, but it works. The thing about it is it actually works.
Yeah.
You seem so surprised. It actually works.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
But I can actually understand this, Phil, because some of the circlips that goes into the wrist pins on steel saws, they don't have that little little neck.
No, they don't.
It does. They're just round, shaped like a C.
And that was the ones that I had the problem with, Klaus.
And they can be quite a handful.
Yeah.
Because you don't.
I was playing with.
Yeah, you don't have. Yeah, because you can't let go of the clip at the same time. I mean, so I can. Yeah.
When you're pulling it out.
Yeah.
Do you guys reuse these clips?
If a new one comes in the part set, then no. If not, then yes.
I could never find them. They're always.
You're not supposed to reuse them, I think.
No, you're not.
No.
But I do, like you said. If one comes with a kit, I'll use it. If not, I'll use the old one.
I mean, if I was buying new parts for a chainsaw, I would buy new ones. If it's for a trimmer or something a little slower moving, then I'd reuse them. Yeah, but not. If chainsaws are a little different because they run a lot faster than.
And they got a lot more torque.
Yeah, I mean, your regular, your run-of-the-mill trimmer, what does that run? 8,000 RPM?
Yeah.
Chainsaws easily run 12, 13, 14,000
I don't
RPM.
think trimmers even run that high. Yeah, people forget that weed eaters have like 0.9 up to 1.1 horsepower, and chainsaws pretty much start at 2.8 for the worst chainsaw you can buy.
Yeah, there's a lot more going on in there. Here's a fun fact. Take your finger, try and take your fingers like this, and see if you can count how many times you can go like this in a second. What,
3.
I'm not very coordinated.
Three. Yeah. No. A chainsaw running at 12,500 RPM creates a spark 208 times a second.
What gets me, you guys know I struggle with two strokes. But what gets me is the pressure changing inside the crankcase to push the fuel up into the intake vent and to remove gases from the exhaust. That's happening at 18 or 12,000 RPMs as well.
Yeah, 208 times a second.
And when they start to diesel, that's when the pressures don't change good enough.
Yeah.
when they start the 2-stroke or 4-stroke,
Yeah.
and they start to go, that's when that pressure is not equalized, right?
Yeah, I get them a lot with bad gaskets. Somebody'll try to fix it, and they'll put the wrong gasket on the base of the carburetor, not realizing you need the pressure for the fuel pressure.
Or the gasket on the crankcase gasket.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, 2-strokes are the work of the devil. There's magic there somewhere in working.
No,
But
but I
you
mean,
can hang 5
I think
2-strokes in an area that big.
I think the biggest difference is that a 4-stroke engine is a lot more forgiving.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It runs much slower.
It'll run with lower compression. It'll run, you're right.
Yeah, it'll run with a little leak here or a little leak there, and it'll still.
Yeah, you got a
perform
crankcase
sufficient.
leak. If you got a crankcase seal leak on a lawnmower, it'll still run.
It'll still run, yeah. You just
Yeah.
have to refill it with oil a little more often. No, but I mean, 2-stroke engines, even the ones that don't run as fast as chainsaws, there is no leeway. It's either right or wrong. And the same thing with what
Yes.
Stella was working on with scooters. I mean, 2-stroke scooters can be really pain to
Oh,
work on.
Stumpy.
Oh yeah, they can. That's what this is from.
Yeah.
Not mine, but yeah.
But the great part about
Staging point
2-strokes
went up.
is
So
Is
I found with the little 2-strokes, especially if they've been sitting, I don't trust them. I mean, you can fix it; it runs great, and then you can start using it, and half an hour later they start leaking because crank seals are worn.
Well,
or-
that's only with the really, really old ones. I mean, I've resurrected scooters that are, 20 years old and the seals are still okay. Don't ask me why, but
That's it's usually because they haven't been using ethanol gas.
right.
'Cause
Yeah, that's
the
that's
ethanol.
probably a good-
The ethanol will kill those
Yep.
seals a lot faster.
Yeah, good point.
Too bad there's not a way of getting some money back from the government or something, for that.
Well, it's given us all a great hobby or business.
yeah. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've been replacing carburetors this year like a madman.
Yeah.
Particularly
Yeah, I don't
on
replace
the
a two-stroke
on the
or-
mowers,
or a
the
four-stroke
tractors that doesn't get any yearly maintenance. I
You
mean,
guys
I
know
think
that if I'm buying carburetors, you know that it's bad.
Yeah. Me too.
I was talking to Mick this afternoon, and he was saying that he's heard that Honda are going to stop doing the motors.
Yep. 2023, they're ending production. 2024,
Yeah.
they say they'll be sold out of stock. They're going electric.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What we-
Titanic put a
Really,
video up
I have
about
not
it.
heard that.
Yeah.
That's
No, but I
crazy.
mean, if you think about it,
Engine.
take a Honda. As much as we love them and like them, they're good engines, and then take a higher end Chinese version. How much difference is there really between those two
Oh, if
compared
it's
to the price difference?
if it's a Predator, there isn't a lot of difference.
No,
Yeah, but if it's a Honda, you get 3 more brackets holding things together that make
I
it
know,
a pain in the
I know,
butt to take
but
apart.
but are those brackets worth
6 gaskets.
Yeah. 6 different gaskets.
They're all right until you want spares for them, and then
Hey, Boo, how you doing, bud?
A lot better, thanks.
Good to hear.
Hey,
I tell you,
Ben. Hello, everybody in chat. How you doing? Top, Henry.
Hey,
Bruce,
Jim.
how you doing? Stella. I forget the names. The
Klaus.
rest of the names.
That's fine.
Klaus and Tim.
Yeah. Tim and Klaus, the quiet ones, we never say a
Yes.
thing here, ever.
I think
Yeah, but
now to do it.
As far as the ethanol and all that goes, they tell us 10% or whatever in the fuel, but I think it's a lot more, and that's what's destroying everything.
Well, I know here on the East Coast, it's not like pre-mix from the distillery. Listen to me. The guy at the tanker, he's mixing it when it goes in. That's why the tanks say may contain up to 10%. I don't trust it.
Right. They get the gas in the tank first, then they pull up to the next station, and it dumps the ethanol in. And when they're going down the road, it mixes up. Yep, that's how it's done down here.
Yep.
So that corrosive on the rubber and everything, it just eats them right up.
There's
Okay.
Denmark there, Texas.
Everybody has to have one of these.
All these guys
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Kentucky.
What's that?
Ethanol.
Right now, the ethanol tester, you put water in it, and if it raises up to any higher than where the water was, the ethanol absorbs the water, and you get a higher level of water when you add the gasoline to it.
Oh, so that's like a 10% jar?
Yeah.
Yeah, it shows you. Yeah, it goes up to 20. It shows you up to 20.
It's got
Wow.
gradients in it.
And I used to use it when I never knew, but now it's all gone ethanol even for me now.
Yeah, almost a map. Yeah. Sorry, guys, I'm talking to my son-in-law. There we go.
Hey, son-in-law, how you doing?
There we go.
Hey, son-in-law.
Hey,
Hi, son-in-law.
He's gone.
He ran.
smart kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get involved with us lot, I tell you. Oh dear. I mean, I've got a little steel. I've got the model number of the little chainsaw that needs at least a new. It was left out and it rusted and seized. The barrel seems okay. The pistons had it. I've been playing around with the idea of trying to rebuild it with a new piston and stuff, but it would need new seals and stuff. I just think, is it really, really worth messing around with?
Money-wise or?
Sorry?
Money-wise, it's not worth it.
No, I mean, what do we go for? What, 80 quid if I got it running?
Yeah,
At the very
but-
best.
Yeah, money-wise, it's not a good deal, but video-wise, it might be good.
Well, okay. If that happens to me, I think it might make a good video, which helps with my channel, but it isn't going to do anything from my immediate pocketbook.
Nope.
Mm.
I mean, I have that Simplicity project tractor I'm working on. That thing's gonna. I mean, I've been keeping tabs on how much I spend on parts so far, and you just don't think about it, just do it.
Yeah, but it's your time though, isn't it? That's the thing.
It'll give me 12 to 15 videos.
Yeah.
Right? Why do they call it simplicity when it's so tough to work on?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
this is one of the better ones. It's one of the smaller ones that they're very similar to the AYPs, but I mean, cost-wise, I already spent more on parts than I can get from a fully functioning tractor like that.
Sure.
But hey, it's videos.
Yes,
raise the
Now,
dipsticks.
did you
slip in a new
buy
tractor
this
and
just
put
to
the
make
dipstick back
videos?
on.
Huh? Sorry.
Did you buy this just to make videos?
Yeah. I did.
Oh, I've only done that on one thing, and I haven't made a video yet.
No, but I mean, I don't have. I think you guys probably has the same thing. Maybe we don't have a lot of snow blowers here, or sweepers and stuff for winter. So once season winds down, which it does round about now, there isn't that much to do. There'll be a little. Hi, John. There'll be a little chainsaw here and there because people will start cutting firewood. But mower-wise, there's nothing. Not until spring. It's completely dead. So something to fill the weekly requirement for a video project.
Sure. I have nothing to work on at the moment. That old Honda was the last thing I've had. I've got a completely empty workshop at the moment.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I just-
ready to be sold, but nothing to work on.
For a while, that's actually quite nice.
I put a streamer back
go out
together.
and I sit down and think, well, what can I do now?
Which one, Tim?
My JCB M25. I went to start it, and the pull cord snapped. Yes.
The joys.
I just got it all back together. Went to start it, and the pull cord snapped.
Yeah.
That usually happens.
I have a thing with pull cords. If I do service on or have to take the pull cord or the starter assembly off, if that pull cord just looks worn, I replaced it.
Yeah.
Simply because, I mean, people are yanking on those like a crazy, and
Yeah.
so
You know what?
yeah.
If you don't
You
replace
use
it
the
and you're doing a repair for
diameter all the
somebody,
time. I
they're
use
gonna.
3.5 everything.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah, sorry.
I use 3.5 on everything, unless it's
It depends on. It depend. For me, it depends on the model. Some
Yeah.
takes 3.5. Some only take 3. Some take 2.0.
2.5. Yeah, you can't put 3.5 in a little cheap weed eater. It
No.
just
no,
won't
no,
eat it.
no. I got some smaller stuff for the little tiny stuff.
Yeah.
Standard
But-
lawnmower 3.5
Ex-
seems to fit the bill.
Actually, I think the OEM the OEM size for regular bricks lawnmowers it's only about 3 mil.
Hmm.
It's called number 4.5, I think.
4.5 is what I use
Yeah.
for everything.
Yeah.
Unless it's a weed eater, and then I got the
Yeah.
thin stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can use 4.5 on this big old thing. This is that 1968 chainsaw. That's
So
a
it
pretty
might-
big,
It
that's a
might
big
need.
rope.
I use mower cord on that.
That's a big
Yeah.
rope.
Yeah, take something for a snowblower. It'll.
What a wild color for
You
for
could
the
tie a
woodbine.
ship up with
Yeah.
that, Bruce.
So
But it sounded sturdy, Bruce, when you pulled it.
Oh, yeah,
it
it
sounds
is.
sturdy.
yeah, there's nothing wimpy about that thing.
We got a couple of spoos of the big stuff. I think it's 5,
It would,
5.5 for the big chainsaws, like Bruce was talking about.
yeah.
Because they used to work on the big home lights years ago when the shop was a
You
home
haven't
light
seen this
dealership. Huh?
This is
Today is show and tell with
I gotta do it again, you guys. I'm so proud of this thing. This one's 100 cc. This is 100 cc 1020 there, boo.
Yeah.
It's all ready to
That
go
brings back memories.
What is that, a home light or?
That's a home light.
Thought so.
The oil tank's been pressure tested. The crankcake's been pressure tested, and it's just my time now.
So
You'll
you-
see the video before January 9th.
All right. So you
can
gave
buy a
that unit a new
125
lifetime, huh?
I did. It was on
That
the edge.
brings back memories.
Oh yeah, Johnny Best is in the house. He said that brings back memories because him and his dad was the owners of the shop back then, and when they were a home light dealer.
We were
There's
the
the
first
tank.
home light dealer in Eunice.
That's the tank.
Yeah,
Wow.
Nice.
It look brand new.
that's
And
a big
yeah,
stuff.
well, and
100 cc,
Yeah.
that's a big stuff.
put the gas, just for your information, to put the gas lines on, you take this, you just unscrew this, and you put a long 3/16 gas line on the other end and screw it back in, and then set the length and then bring it through here and set the length and then drop it back in again. So you don't have to
Feel
fight.
something.
You don't have to fight. And the same with the feed to the carburetor. You pre-put this on, and then you stick it on the machine and then cut it the length after.
Yeah.
You don't have to fit it through that tiny hole.
And it's old stuff, no bend, right?
Right.
You learn that the hard way.
Yeah. No, I've had people replacing the pull cord on their weed eaters, and they've been using too thick a rope.
Yeah.
So I mean, the first couple of times you pull it, that it's not a problem, but all of a sudden that last winding will jump off the wheel, and if it catches on the inside, and they yank it, all the plastic goes,
Yeah.
and just because the line is too thick.
And those little pulleys and all the rest of those little tiny bits cost a fortune if you get hold of them.
Yeah. They're expensive. I mean, for a steel chainsaw or weed eater, I mean, we're talking £50 just to replace it all.
I could
And
work.
if you're lucky, you won't crack the tap that's in the housing, so you don't need to get the housing. But if you do, new housing.
New housing, you bet.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I just got in. By the way, I just got my first zero turn in the shop today.
Oh, you're a glutton for punishment.
You got one in there?
It's a small homeowner one. It's a small
Okay.
homeowner one. It's
Oh, sure.
Is it called a bad boy?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
See something? Yeah.
They're a red. They're red.
Yeah.
they're red. It's got a 2-cylinder Kawasaki, the FR651V. The on the flywheel, you have the toothed ring for the starter.
And then
It has cracked and come loose.
Yeah, right.
And the way I see it, and maybe you guys know it, that can't be replaced. The way I see it on the IPL,
Yeah, because
you need a new flywheel.
Lit up, it'll reduce down.
That's a 300-pound part.
Is that a 17
Yeah.
horsepower? Close?
No, 24, 26. It's a 2-cylinder.
On brakes, you could replace them. You got to grind off
Yeah,
the
yeah,
studs and put screws in.
When I look at the drawing for the engine from Kawasaki's homepage, there isn't a toothed wheel that goes on there.
Wow.
Oh, so the IPL doesn't show it as the ring gear as a separate part.
Nope.
Shows it all together with the flywheel itself.
Yep.
Ooh, wow.
It's gotta come on.
I haven't taken off the flywheel yet. I will have a look at it, but it's cracked.
Yeah.
The ring gear is cracked. It has a crack in it.
Yeah,
And,
well then,
and then it expands just a little bit,
Yeah.
so it hits the starter. It makes an awful racket when it
When
runs.
it goes by the starter gear, eh?
Yeah. So, but yeah, I was looking at it right before I came in for dinner and this, and yeah, it's not like a Bricks where you can buy separate ring gear. There wasn't one. But I'll go to this thing. I think it's called YouTube. I'll see what people do.
You know what? If it's it could be like a sweated fit that needs to be welded like that.
Yeah, it could. Yeah,
It could be something like that.
yeah, it could. Yeah.
That's the auger pulley for that snowblower.
Yeah, and I mean, I was already along those lines. A little welding spot here and a little welding spot there.
You bought a welder now, so
I have, but it's a cheapo. But it makes sparks. I don't know how good welds it makes. It makes sparks.
fuzz it together.
Mine makes bird check.
I mean, on that I'll see what that ring gear if there's any way of fixing it, and we'll see. Otherwise,
Yeah,
the
you
guy
might be
just
able
have to
grind
make a
off
decision.
I bet you can grind off a weld and pull it off.
Oh no.
Yeah, but the ring gear is cracked.
Yeah,
It's got a crack in it.
It might be welded like here when you pull off the ring gear, and then you might be able to get a new one on there.
Ah, I'll have a look. I'll have a look.
Possible. I don't know.
Okay, John. Okay, John. Oh, John.
Yeah. No, and I
Is that you?
I tried something new for the first time this week.
That's John Clem calling me.
Now be careful now, Klaus, where we go with this.
Yeah, well, if you have, I have the bonnet or the hood of my tractor, and somebody had drilled 3 holes in it. It's metal. They drilled 3 holes in it to mount lights or something, and I needed to plug those holes. And somebody told me just stick some copper behind. I think it was Hank saying that, and just real easy spot weld it in. It works great.
Good.
All sanded down, and you can hardly feel a thing. Give it a little, that compound you put on there before, and then sand it down. And,
Body compound, yeah.
Yeah,
You can use anything. You can even use JB weld if you want. It does shrink.
Yeah.
I just put a rubber grommet in there.
I will have to do that on the sides because I can't get new decals for it. It's got holes in it.
You can even put a carriage bolt in there to make it look like you're holding something from the other end.
Yeah.
What this boat does. Spend 3 hours.
Just don't do a 6-inch carriage boat.
Yeah.
I got a question about that flywheel. Are they similar metals? The ring gear and the flywheel, same metals, or is it different metal?
Well, I think the I didn't check for whether it was magnetic or not, or I didn't, but it looks like it's either pot metal or aluminum. The ring gear.
Okay. Because if they similar metals, you can take a ratchet strap. I mean, I'm not telling you to do this, but you can try it or think about it. Take a ratchet strap and compress that ring gear to close that gap where it's cracked at, and bring it to a specialty welder, most towns have a specialized welder in town, and like we do over here, he can weld anything. It don't matter. He can do a cast aluminum block. You know, that's not recommended, but he can do it. And spot weld that, and you know, in about 10 different areas. Don't run a whole long bead around it. I mean, you could if you want, but 10 good spot welds, you know, 1/2-inch welds that do you, and that might get you going back up. You know, and those welds are not going to give.
No,
You know,
they're
during
not.
use.
They're not.
But they have to be similar metals. You know, one can't be aluminum and the other one steel. You know.
I think the flywheel it's attached to is cast iron.
The flywheel is. But
the flywheel is. So, but the ring gear
might be plastic.
No, it is metal.
It is metal. Yeah.
It is metal. You might be able, but you would only be able to weld it where it has cracked.
Yeah.
So the ratchet strap idea is actually quite good. Get it compressed, and then just weld it where the crack is.
Yeah. You could braze it and then grind it to make the you know if you're a broken tooth, you could braze it a nice lump and then make your own tooth too.
Yeah.
Just let the heat come down between welds. That's all.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll see what the guy wants to do. I need to take it apart first just to make sure that.
Flywheel's not going to be cheap.
No, it's a 300 pounds.
Yeah, $330. That's American, you know, because the exchange rate. That's a lot of money for a flywheel.
Yes, sir. Yeah. But we'll see what the guy wants. Because if I get the repair done, bro, if I get it welded, there'll be no warranty on it whatsoever.
Oh yeah.
To the curb.
To the curb, yeah. Actually, before the curb.
First thing to do is try to find out if you got somebody that does specialty welding in your area.
Well, we got a couple. We got a couple.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if it's hard, they can weld it.
I guess if it's
Well, you left yourself wide open on that one.
Okay, that was the sign. Now it's time for a beer.
There you go.
We're having company tonight. I have to behave.
Okay. Hey, Brandon. What's up, little brother? How you doing?
With bread.
Quiet.
Yeah, since I shut up, it's quiet.
Klaus is pretty much running the show, and I was just sitting there going.
Host left, and it got quiet.
Yeah, I'm surprised though that you're not talking much today. What's going on?
That just a lot of pot banging in the back. Missy's beating up the stove again. With a new toilet. Oh, Brandon. Okay. Man, bought a new house and now he's got to change the toilet in it.
There's always useful to have one in there somewhere. What are you working on there, Stella? You seem to be very busy there, quietly tinkering away.
Well, I'm trying to get the rings off of here so I can send this to the metal recycler and it'll all be all aluminum. Yeah. I got one out, but the rest of them are sort of have become one with the piston, you know?
Welded to the piston.
Yeah. I'm trying to get it, you know.
And they're dissimilar metals. They welded each other.
Yeah. I got one of them out. It you know.
Do like Ian does. When it don't come out, give it a clout.
Hit it harder.
What is that, in a chainsaw or?
No, this is in a 50cc scooter that I had, and I'm also trying to get the valve. No, it wasn't my scooter. Somebody else dropped it off.
That Honda, yeah, I remember.
No. This is different than this. This is from years ago when I'm trying to clean out my shop. I was like, damn, that guy left that here. So I thought I'd dig it out because I'm trying to recycle the old Honda head, but I can't get the valve seat out. It's on the intake side. There's a really hardened metal. I've tried to file through it, everything. It's really stuck in there. So
my metal guy will take it, but he won't give me as good a price as pure aluminum. That's all.
exactly. That's why I want to get the steel stuff out. So, I mean, I could probably slip it in and nobody would know, but I don't know.
Yeah, I've got an air unit I'm getting ready to take out. I'm taking the whole system out and putting a new system in. And I'm trying to decide whether to break it down or just sell it as is.
Yeah.
I just take the whole lot, let them get on
That's
with
what I'm
it.
thinking.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. $4 worth of aluminum.
That's what I'm thinking. Is to make $4 to $10.
Yeah, you get $8 for it clean, and you get $3.50 for it with a bit of steel in it. I don't know.
My scrapper comes and he drives in, and I load him up, and he takes it away. Get it out of here.
We don't have that luxury here.
They don't give you money?
Find a scrapper that'll do that for you.
I got to take mine down. He won't come.
No? Yeah.
Remember where I'm at.
Yeah.
One scrapper in town of 100,000 people.
Well, we got a nice scrapper very close to where I am. And
He
it's a
runs
great
the show.
place when you need a piece of pipe or a piece of extra iron.
Whoa, what's going on?
Whoa, Timmy, how are you, friend?
Who's yelling?
Jimmy's getting
I think we might be witnessing a crime here.
No, you can shut his mic off.
Just have a look. Hang on.
Ah, there he is.
Are you in heck there, Tim? Or what? You in trouble?
He's doing his house.
Sigh. Big sigh.
Sorry about that, gent.
Are you on your way to the store for flowers now? Enough said.
He's working on technology now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these videos that you're seeing, for this stuff won't be in my video stream until January or March. You guys know that, eh? So
Question there for you, Stella.
Yes, sir.
change.
I did not. Oh, yes.
Cam chain.
Tommy, I was a dope, all right? And what I had not done is I had not torqued down the head bolts. Well, they weren't really head bolts. They were on the valve cover, but it still covered up the head. And once I torqued those down to whatever the spec was, then it just slipped right in. It was my own. I'm in too much of a hurry to get this pig out of my shop is what it was. So yeah, sorry about that, Tommy. I didn't see that.
Well, at least Ken's on his dessert now, so maybe we'll see him in an hour or so.
I had that exact problem. I had the Champion generators. It's new-ish, 6 years old, and it would shut down after it was warm and running, and it would shut down. But it wasn't oil. It was the high volt shutdown relay. And my generator doesn't even have a high volt shutdown relay. So the guy was coming in an hour. I just unplugged the relay so it wouldn't shut the voltage was only 120 volt. So I just unplugged the high volt shutdown relay and sent it back to him. It's one of those things. You got to do it.
Ouch.
Yeah, I've got my generator needs. I need to drain it, get some fresh fuel in it. It's
they all do.
We're heading into winter now, so I hate the thought of not being able to start it up one evening. It's
Conker, do you have a lot of outage?
Very. We used to when we first moved in this area, there was quite a few, but in the last couple of years we've only had one. To be fair, it's nice to have it as a standby. It's there, it's there,
Yeah.
And it sits in the workshop. It's not eating nothing. It don't cost me nothing to keep it there.
Yeah. Our outages are in November when we get our first big blizzards when the weather changes.
Yeah.
I just don't want to lose the food in my freezer. That's why I have a generator. Otherwise, I'll just put on another coat or something.
Yeah. I always wondered, living in Texas, we don't have that problem. We get ice, which shuts everything down.
You get hurt.
No, can't you just carry everything from your freezer out into the yard?
All depends how much you got.
Not in the middle of September in hurricane season.
Well, there is that.
You might not find most of it.
I mean, here, most of the power lines they're in the ground.
Yeah.
Not here.
Yeah, but
most of the outages we have they're planned maintenance.
Most refrigerators or freezers are good for 24 hours.
Yeah, as long as you don't open them.
Yeah,
You can't keep them shut.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a hurricane, you might be out of power for a week or so.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
I was raised in Fort Lauderdale, and I remember more than once riding through a big hurricane and then going, okay, now what?
Yeah. Now what is, get out the barbecue and start grilling all that in your refrigerator that's going to go bad.
It's fun to look at your toolbox and the cans in the freezer and your electric can opener and say, well, electric can opener doesn't work today, so should have bought a manual. Head for the toolbox.
I don't have a manual, an electric. All I have is a manual. Never did have one.
Okay, we don't have a dishwasher.
I have 2 perfectly good dishwashers on the ends of my arms.
Yeah. Definitely.
Our niece is come over and they go,
No comprende. Klaus has got a dishwasher then. Klaus has got a dishwasher.
Yeah, I got one. She's in the other room.
Oh, no! You're a bad man, Henry. You're a bad man.
You're a bad man, Henry. You're a bad man.
Yeah, if I told my wife I was getting rid of the dishwasher, she'd say, gosh, I'm going to miss you.
Yeah, I'm going to miss you.
we have company and the young people go, Aunt Trudy and Uncle Bruce, you don't have a dishwasher. I've never been in a house that doesn't have a dishwasher. Now, in Europe, it's more common to not have a dishwasher, but here, everybody has one.
Around here,
I think a dishwasher is a waste of cabinets.
Well, they say
exactly.
They say that we call them they're dish hiders, not dishwashers.
Yeah, there you go.
Hide your dirty dishes till you turn it on and clean them.
Yeah.
Around here, if you say you don't have a dishwasher, they'll actually look around the house to see if you've got indoor plumbing.
Yeah.
How come I got a dishwasher under the cabinet? How come I got to wash them first before I put them in?
Right.
You actually don't have to. You're not supposed to. Because the pump actually requires some of the grease from the the stuff on the plates to keep it lubricated. So,
Yeah,
so
but
you
the
actually
dishes don't come out clean.
higher temperature.
So they say that it's more environmentally friendly to have a dishwasher, but I don't know. We wash dishes. We got 6 inches of water in the sink, and it's over.
Yeah.
Well, I must admit, we do have a dishwasher, I must admit, but
Good.
and does for some reason always wants to rinse off everything before she puts it in there.
That's me too.
That makes no sense.
Don't make any sense to me.
No.
And then
we have one. We have one
stuff in there. You put it in there wrong. How can you put it in wrong?
Klaus, do you have one?
Yeah.
You have one, Klaus?
Yes, and if it doesn't work, it'll be about an hour and a half, and a new one will be there, and it'll be working.
Yeah, that's what happened last time mine went out.
I'm on the orders.
Oh.
The dishwasher and the hot water heater. If they're out, I'm at the store.
Yep.
We get the dishes
like
every
the one-
evening and solve the world's problems.
I like the one that restaurants have, you push the handle up, and then they put the dishes in, you close the handle, boom, it hits it,
That's until you see how much power it uses.
Yeah, how much electricity it uses, and also kicks steam everywhere to make your house mold up.
Yeah.
It has a 60-degree reservoir water, 6 degrees C reservoir water that it keeps heated from whenever you're going to use it.
Yeah.
That's good, Ray.
I like what Ray said. My dishwasher has 4 legs and a tail.
A puppy dog.
Well, I grew up in the house I grew up in had a dishwasher that was actually under a little countertop. You had to roll it out,
plug it into the
the portable,
the faucet, and my mother always made us, rinse all the dishes off. I thought it was the stupidest thing in the world. It had more arguments with my mom, and so what I decided, I said, screw a dishwasher. Now I will admit they're probably 100 times better than they used to be as far as getting dirty food off the dishes. But I'm like, This is already clean. Why are we putting it in the dishwasher now? You know?
I mean,
The only time we would like to have one is on big events like Thanksgiving and Christmas
Sure.
and
That's
Easter.
when they earn the money. That's when they do earn the money.
and in all fairness,
Me.
Bruce, your silverware and your tableware and all that stuff, it lasts longer when it doesn't go into a dishwasher.
Right, and all the stuff that
doesn't,
we
yes.
used at the family events, we had to hand wash anyway. Mom says, "Oh, you can't put that in the dishwasher."
Can't put the crystal in. Yeah.
It's
No,
like,
you can't
yeah,
put the
this
silver.
is stupid.
You can't put silver in. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last
They
house,
put crystal in about 3 times, Bruce, before it's no longer crystal. It becomes frosted.
You know what that is?
Frosty.
That's
My
the
children
software
watch
for my
it Christmas
dishwasher. I
Day.
can talk to it with my phone.
Uh-huh.
Where you got
So
that,
what
Bill?
does it say?
I've got the ThinQ dishwasher, and you can turn it on, turn it off, and set timings and everything with your phone.
oh, smart dishwasher.
And who do you message to get it emptied?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be me. But it tells you it's done.
Text yourself. Empty.
And I will say it's, as far as pointless electronics goes, it is the most pointless electronics I think
Yep.
I've got on my phone.
And I have a thing with electrical appliances. I don't trust them. So we don't have them turned on when we are not here.
Oh, if mine all got together, since they're all wired, they're all Wi-Fi. I mean, everything from the sprinkler system to the air conditioner to every light in the house. If they all got together and made a plan, they could kill us.
They're on standby. It's still using power, isn't it? Even on
Oh, yeah.
standby.
Yay much.
A little bit.
No, on standby, I don't think so. No.
If I went to Mexico and I knew that every single appliance in my house was reporting to me, it bugged me. So I don't even want to know.
I tell you what, a cable box burns quite a bit of electricity, even when it's off.
Yeah, they get warm.
Grandma.
Yeah, they get warm.
If you leave I actually work for a cable company. If you leave the box off for a full year, you'll use almost $2 whole worth of electricity.
You're right. I'll
Turn
be
it
right
off.
back. I got to go check the cable
They
box.
had one guy, I've seen a YouTube video on that, and it when he took his box out of the system, he had a device in it to see how much juice it was drawing, and it was drawing pretty much,
Yeah.
and not
No,
that much more than when it was on. Now maybe something was wrong with his box. I have no idea, but his light bill went down $40 a month, I think, when he took the box out the system. Maybe that had to do with
That's crazy.
something else in his house. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of upgrading our Wi-Fi and internet thingy dingy in the house, and I was just looking at wattage. It doesn't say that it'll use that much all the time, but it can use. And we're in the area of 60 watts continuous use just from having a router, a switch, an access point, another access point on all the time.
Routers run
About-
hot.
Yeah, so about 60 watts total.
Yeah, I use the great
That
big
doesn't
TP
seem
Link
like a
Archer.
lot to me.
It is.
It's like
It
a-
runs
one big light
24/7. It is.
One
One
big
little
light
light bulb.
It's like an old-fashioned, medium-sized light bulb
Yeah,
that's on 24/7.
24/7. Yep.
And I used to cook my sandwiches at work. I used to have a box. I'd have one light bulb in there. I'd plug it in, put my sandwich in there. By the time lunch came, that sandwich was hot.
Yeah.
Huh,
Yeah.
wow.
Just
But
from
just
the light
think,
bulb.
if you've got central air, that 60-watt light bulb running 24/7 for a year, it'd take you about 10 minutes for your central air to use that much electricity.
Yeah, I know. But still, it's something you don't get anything from because you don't use your Wi-Fi all the time, do you? So
I
that they
do.
can't. That they
I
can't.
do.
You do all the time.
24/7. The house is always talking to itself.
Only
Yeah,
thing
but-
I turn off when I go on vacation is anything with water, the toilet and the washing machine.
Yeah.
Because if anything breaks on that kind of stuff, you get a flood.
Yeah, it's great to have a camera staring at it, but if your camera's staring at a flood, it's
Yeah.
like you still got to go fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must admit, we went away on holiday a few years ago and came back to a flood. And there's
Did you?
nothing worse. It
Yeah.
ruined absolutely everything.
Yeah. Turn the water up.
It's a mess.
We had a horrendous insurance bill. Lucky enough, the insurance company paid out. Thank goodness.
Yeah, but still, you don't know where that water went and if it's creating mold or whatever,
That's
Yeah.
right. Absolutely right. Yeah, everything had to be replaced. Carpets, units, the whole lot. Lucky enough.
Are
we
you
got
guys
concrete floors, so
220 over there, Klaus? Are you guys 220?
230. Yeah.
Yeah. At
So that's
50
what,
hertz.
like a quarter of an amp?
60 watts. I've never been good at that.
Wattage equals volts times amps.
Yeah.
Yeah, a quarter of an amp.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
No, but if it's on all the time,
That's true.
because that thing runs 24/7, 365. It never gets shut off.
Well, I think it's probably going to run more if it says up to. If it's
Yes,
talking
that's
to
the
more
limit.
wireless clients, it's probably going to use more juice talking to wireless clients. I mean, I'm assuming it does. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I think. So I've got 39 wireless clients in the house.
Right.
It's 39 things that are talking to the router all the time. I promise the 39 things, even if they're all turned off, are using just as much power as that router is, just talking to it.
Yeah.
Wow, 39. Wow.
Well, I'm a retired
I got
software
21
engineer.
online right now.
Okay.
He can't help it, Bo. It just
Again,
can't help it.
If I can attach it to the house, it's attached to the house. If everything I can think of is attached to the house.
No, but I mean, if you think about it, if you're a family, 4 people, you got 4 phones, you got a couple of TVs. Sometimes your fridge is so modern, it'll talk to it too. You can have some light bulbs. Will do. There are tons of things that can talk to the router.
Yeah, as
And
I
that's
said,
actually that's actually the reason why I'm upgrading, because the standard stuff you get from the company where we get our internet, it's the cheap stuff. I mean, everything above 5 or 6 clients, it starts to struggle. And then it doesn't matter if they upgrade your bandwidth, because the damn thing can't handle it.
We'll talk anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I just got a whole mesh Wi-Fi system, and I'm still working on it because I have much better Wi-Fi out here in my shop now than I used to. But most of the clients on there, because I'm looking at the app right now, most of the clients are sitting at 0 the entire time. Yeah, I mean they're online, but they
wait for the router to talk to it.
They might ping every now and then, but that's nothing.
No, but I mean, if
Sorry, Klaus. Sorry.
Go ahead, Phil.
What's the difference when the old-fashioned light bulb and LEDs nowadays? Then, because I've started putting LEDs in the house.
No
filament.
You get the same light for lesser wattage. As of
Yeah,
There's no
you
filament
get
in
the
it, so-
same light output, and it's going to be a different color of light, but you can always adjust that.
Yeah,
you know,
can
by
control
buying
the color.
Yeah.
This, where's it at? That you wouldn't think it, but it's actually an LED light in there. It's an
Yeah.
LED light at 2700.
And you get 3 settings, right?
Well, no, you
Right.
get unlimited settings. It's again on the phone.
You have a 100-watt light bulb, Phil, and you can do that with a 13-watt LED.
Yeah, so I've got one of the. Can you remember the long-lasting light bulbs they came out with about 10 years ago? Looked like mini fluorescent tubes.
Yeah.
Right.
They were supposed to be the world saver, but they give a horrible light. I've still got one left, in fact, in this room. I need to change. I think
Compact fluorescent.
yeah, that's the ones. Yeah, they give a horrible light out. It's a yellow sort of a light.
Yes, they are. Well, they're actually green, but your eye sees yellow.
Yeah.
Every light in my house is LED. Everyone.
Yeah.
That's the way to fly.
We don't have any regular glow bulbs anymore.
I do. I bought a whole mess of them because I like the warmth and I like the dimmer. I got, you don't have to, if you wanted to, because I have all my stuff on dimmers in my house, and you have to buy special dimmers and blah, and you can't mix and match. And
But have you seen some of the bulbs you can get where you flick the switch on and off fast, and it steps down like two, 3, or 4 steps?
Yep,
that's quite nice.
That I know you probably can't see it, but if you watch the light, see, I turned yellow, I go blue, I go yellow, just the slightest little tint.
Yeah.
Doesn't really show on the video, but I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, here I'm full yellow now, and I run to full blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I see a little bit.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, and this is for a studio light. It's for the big light here.
Mm-hmm.
And that for a pair of those was $40 for the overhead light. Well, it's like the living room. It's got 12 lights in it. It's got 6 lights down each wall, and they use about 60 watts, 65 watts total for the whole room.
Yeah,
and
that's pretty good.
You can set them with that. You can tell it how bright you want it, and you can tell it how yellow you want it, or how blue you want it.
LEDs don't give out any heat, do they?
No,
not much.
That much.
Yeah.
Well, some of the do. I have the one I have here. Oh, I have it here. This is a 26 watt LED globe thing.
That's big.
It does give up a lot of light.
Well, it looks a lot better now that you have it reflective on the ceiling. Yes.
Yeah.
I noticed mine was reflected straight up. It was aimed straight up.
But I have these in my shop. I have the fixtures. It's not a regular screw-in bulb you have there. They're on a thread. There are many little LEDs inside.
LED strip. Yeah, you got
a
two
strip.
strips and a full.
Yeah.
My 4-foot fixtures have 2 LED strips in each one.
Well, when I turn on the light in the whole shop, it's about 125 watts of LED light. That's
LED, but you can light up a stadium.
It's close. It's close. But I wear contact lenses. I can't see right if there isn't enough light. So
right.
I have
think
to.
Mine are 6,000 lumens.
The LEDs are not lasting much longer than the standard incandescent lights, though. I've had two just burn out in the bathroom this week.
Really? It's supposed to last many years.
I know
they don't.
The ones I have
marketing hyperbole.
Yeah. The ones I have out when I have it outside, I have the bulbs that has a sensor in them, a light sensor. So they only come on when it's dark, and then they turn off. And they're supposed to burn for 20,000 hours plus. None of them do. I replace them once a year. They burn out. I'll replace all of them over a period of 12 months.
That's right. But you know what?
I put the little photo cells on all my outdoor LEDs because my shop did have. Then I went to these, and I'm changing them all the time. But I got LEDs, and I finally got around to putting little photo sensors on both of my shops and all my outdoor lights, so they only come on at least half of the day. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had halogens fitted at one stage, and they were forever blowing, and we had them in downlighters in the kitchen, and they were small halogen spot lamps. They were forever blowing, they were total waste of time.
It's a filament bulb, and when it gets super hot, if you so much as look at it hard, you'll shake the light. If you shake the light at all when it's that hot, it'll pop one end off.
It's like the old trouble lights.
Or if you touch it with a greasy finger.
Stella, go!
Oh, you don't want to do that.
I come from the theatrical lighting industry, and if you reduce even 5% of the load, like on a dimmer at 5%, you like quadruple the lifespan of these bulbs.
Yeah.
It's not a linear progression. It's like algorithmic. It's like right off the charts. And so all my incandescent bulbs in my house are already on a dimmer. So I rarely have to replace them. I never,
Well, and also if you buy, particularly if you buy the halogen ones, if you buy the cheap bulbs, they don't last. You got to buy a brand name before they.
No, but
it's the same way with our LEDs that are burning up too. We buy cheap ones, and because we do. But an incandescent bulb is a heat lamp that gives off light.
Yes,
exactly. You're exactly right.
It gives off a little bit of heat.
And as Tommy says, you can see some of that light, but not much.
Are LEDs dimmable?
Some
are, some are not. It depends on the drivers that they use.
Okay.
It'll say on it that they are.
If you take apart an LED light, you'll see about a dozen little LEDs in there, though. There's not just one LED.
Right.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
But you can't put a dimmable LED on like a regular residential resistive dimmer circuit. You have to buy a special LED dimmer.
Yeah, my house is old. It's got all the old dimmers too, Stella.
Yeah, that's why I bought a lifetime supply of like those little PAR 16 lamps.
Yeah, if you buy good quality General Electric bulbs, they'll last a long time. If you buy
Sylvania,
ring bulbs, they
Osram,
won't last.
those are three: Philips, Sylvania, Osram, GE 4. Sorry.
Alexis, set the living room lights to 100%.
Alexa, turn off all the lights. Damn it.
No, the trick is you say, Alexa, stop everything.
Yeah.
Oop. I went.
Who's the most
Alexa? Turn on the
handsome
living
of
room
us
lights
all,
to
Alexa?
100%.
Please turn my internet back on, Alexa.
Yeah. Or you can see super bright.
Alexa on the wall. Who's the best looking Bill of all?
Alexa, set the living room light to 5%. Okay, it's hard to see here.
Alexa,
set the
turn
living
up
room
the
light
lights.
to 100%.
Alexa, turn all that shit off.
Yeah, Alexa, stop everything. Get it to stop fooling around. But yeah,
so if Alexa
it's a
doesn't show up for
hospital
work
room.
one morning, you're screwed, Bill.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't even take a shower.
it's really weird. Where we go for our 3-month holiday in Mexico, he's got Alexa everywhere, right? And here you are in almost a second world country, and all this fantastic electronic crap is everywhere. And at home, we're still no dishwasher, turning lights on and off. Start the car when it's cold.
Yeah.
But hold on, Bruce. Do you go on vacation for 3 months?
Pardon
Yeah.
me?
Do you go on
3 months,
vacation
yeah.
for 3 months?
When you're retired, you can do that.
Wow.
He's
I
on.
already forgot about that.
And it's
'cause I
not
was
as
so
expensive.
jealous. I was so jealous, and now you're going again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go every year.
He just came back.
The only
Yeah,
time,
he just came back.
the only year we lost was 2020, and we were forced home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's well deserved, Bruce.
Bruce
Nice.
came back from Mexico and then he went on vacation somewhere else.
He was worn out from vacation.
Yeah, I need a break from all my vacations.
Yeah.
So Bruce, I meant to ask you: did that hurricane that hit Puerto Vallarta mess you up?
I guess it scuffed up the beach. It didn't. They just had to get, like, all the locals get jobs when that happens, right?
Yeah,
And they just,
really.
and there was plastic and tires and wood, and it was bad.
Yeah.
But we don't own down there. We rent. I would not own in Mexico. The wrong group of people control the economy. I'm not saying the rich people control everything, though. And I'm not saying it's cartels or anything. It's just the rich people control everything. And if you're a little guy wanting to buy a condo, they run your life. You don't run theirs. So we just rent.
Mm-hmm.
I have friends that own. They're coming over for supper tonight, or no, they used to own. So yeah,
Good one.
but the weather there, you can't beat the weather, Bill.
Yeah. Well, I spend weeks on the beach every year.
I know you do.
I just absolutely love it. But when you go from Texas, it's sort of funny. You go from Texas to Fort Lauderdale, and when you get to the beach in the middle of July, the temperature's 10 degrees cooler.
I would believe it.
Yeah.
So in January, February, March, it's 27 during the day and 17 at night. It's perfect.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, well, here at winter, when I leave the shop, it's always 10 degrees cooler outside than inside the shop.
Yeah.
You should see it here.
Yeah. 10 degrees won't cover it, I guess.
No. Now, my next project is a central air unit's going in the garage. I say in winter, I'm not too bad. I can live with a little cold. I'm from Indiana, which is, the great Midwest. But that summer's just killing me. So I need an air conditioner out there so I don't die.
Yeah. Look at how Big John sweats when he's in the shop in the summertime. Eh? He's just drenched.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can't really see a video of it.
No.
No, not yet.
Not
He's got,
yet.
he's got a video out.
Yeah, he's got two, mind you. He's
really?
doubled his video count in one day.
Yeah.
He's got more subscribers than a lot of people, and he's only got 2 videos out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Imagine if he did a video every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting 100 per video.
Yeah.
Yep.
I tried for 2 videos yesterday. I failed miserably.
I don't want to
It happens sometimes. I did a I think in the UK I think there would be branded Mountfield. But it's a little ride-on mower where the cutting deck is attached out front, and then it steers on the rear wheels. Sometimes the wire, the steering wire that goes from the steering column back to the rear wheels, it breaks, and you have to replace it. It's one job I don't look forward to doing. It's actually the only one I don't look forward to doing on mowers. That's replacing that wire. There is only one way to do it. And if you don't follow that, you're going to get screwed over big time.
I'm trying to think of what we're talking about here, Klaus. You say it's over here in the UK, is it?
Yeah, I mean, here's a Stiga, and Stiga owns Mountfield, right?
Yeah.
So you would see them as Mountfield. It's a little ride-on mower, hydrostatic, 12-horse engine in the back. It's rear wheel steered, and it has the cutting deck out front, so it's front mounted.
Okay.
So the front wheels are bigger than the rear wheels.
Sure.
And that steering wire, it goes from the steering column. That there's a thing at the bottom of the steering wheel where the wire gets rolled onto and off of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, and then it runs on pulleys all the way to the back where there's a sort of a half disc.
I'm all right, Mark Roberts.
So there's no room for a splice, eh?
No, absolutely not. Because
Sorry.
You would hit one of the little wheels that keeps tracking.
Yeah.
And
it's wire. It's actually a wire cable.
It's a cable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Threaded cable, and it is so easy to kink it. And if you kink it, you need to go buy another one.
Rick's mowers.
Sure.
So
Now is that stainless wire or galvanized wire?
Stainless.
Okay.
But one end has a C-bend, the other one has a rod where a spring goes on to adjust the tension.
Right.
At the front, there's a soldered on nut, a little nut type of thing that goes into a groove on the wheel where it gets rolled onto and rolled off to.
Yeah.
So it takes in wire and releases wire when you're steering.
Right. Sure.
So,
Understand. Yeah.
yeah. But replacing them.
Yeah. Well, I'll steer clear of those then. Excuse the pun. Steer clear.
Yeah, steer clear.
Boats are the same way with the wires like that. You get one rudder or the other rudder by changing.
Yeah.
See?
It's the same system.
Right.
But sometimes they get worn or they get kinked or people run over a wooden stump or something and it gets caught on it. And it doesn't take much when it's stainless. Just a couple of strands and give it a week and it breaks.
Right.
And
Stella, Rick says hi.
Sorry. Hi, Rick. How embarrassing. I'm like,
you're busy.
He's got to show up. He's never going to show up.
No, huh?
Don't feel bad, Stella. While we're sitting here, I've already put in offers for 3 different pieces of equipment on the other screen.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
I can't multitask like that. I don't have the brain cells for that.
Video 5 days
I'm
ago.
still focused on this mounting tool from Steel.
Yeah.
Is it something weird? Is it something weird like that?
Yes, but that thing on this cable, that would be the center front of the cable. It's welded onto the middle of the cable.
Ew.
Yeah.
Show us you got there, Bruce. What have you got there?
Well, it's just it's like a Z bend, but it's a T bend. Whoa, where are we? Right there.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Even at the end, you know, you got to freight a wire. You got to make a little jig, drill a hole and put the wire in and melt
Melt
it.
the lead in there. It's not
Buy a
worth
new
it.
one, eh? Buy a new one.
Yeah, you know, Bruce, I've actually got a mower sitting here right now, an old Briggs and Stratton mower from God knows when. Everything's perfect, but I don't have cables for it.
I know.
Cables
I
are
know.
can be a person's biggest nemesis.
Right.
I think I'm going to push it out to the street rather than bother with it because I'll only get $50 for it tops.
Yeah, it's the challenge, Bill. It's the challenge.
It is. It's
Yeah, but
something similar to this,
Oh yeah,
and then you can see the little knot up there.
yeah.
That's actually the center of the cable.
Oh
front.
no, what a horrible thing to do to somebody.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you have the rod here. There's a spring that goes on that, so you
Yeah, that
can
I
just
get.
tension.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And the spring length, should you ever get to one, has to be 108 millimeters.
Not 109.
Not if you want your cable to last. No. I mean, yeah, you'd think, but I don't think a millimeter will kill you. But I mean, if you take it down 5, 6, 7 millimeters more to tension up the cable,
Oh,
it'll
millimeter.
wear out the plastic rollers real fast.
Oh, and then the rollers, of course, are plastic, right? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I mean,
Could be
cables are
the
so
other way.
expensive at the best of times, aren't they? You buy a cable. I mean, it's silly money for a cable for what they are. But
And the little nut up front, you know, where the center part with the welded on, that can get worn, so the cable will walk off it.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you, for some reason, that roller is hideously expensive, but I don't know why, but that's how it is. So yeah, that's the only job on mowers that I don't particularly like. That's
Well, there's
replacing
lots
those
of jobs
cables.
on mowers I don't particularly like.
Well,
Yeah.
I think I can get along with most of them. I just don't like this one.
Yeah.
Hey, Phil, you should bring him up while he's off the camera, just so when he comes and sits back down, he realizes he was full screen.
I mean, Mick's always
But-
repairing and making good cables. I mean, he's made videos on it. And when I was up at his place, you know, what he does makes sense. But you've got to be careful what you do. He did one on that mount field of mine. It's perfect. Absolutely works perfect. And those cables were completely US when we started off. So there we go.
I mean, for Deadman cables, I replace the inner cables 9 out of 10 times when you have
Right.
issues with it.
But it's getting the right ends on them, though, Klaus. Isn't it? You still got to have the right end on them.
The cables I buy, they have a prefabbed set bend on one end, and then it's just open on the other. And then you buy whatever end you want to be on the other end of the cable. You can have the one that Bruce was showing, or you can have a little earring type of thing. You can have a T-piece. You can have another set bend.
These are
Yep.
handier. These are handier than a hole in your underwear right there.
Yep, they are.
Because your cable goes through there.
Yeah.
And you just tighten it up, and you've got a Zen bend that you can
Yeah.
set for any length.
Yeah, you know, I got some of those.
I use
and I've been
about
a little
20
frustrated.
or 25 of those a year.
Yeah, me too. That's about what I
Yeah.
use too.
Even they're not cheap. They're 4 or 5 pounds a shot, aren't
Yeah.
they?
They are. They're
Yep.
they're not cheap. And if I can do it, I'll use these instead, which are just the easy crimps.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes
need-
they work good depending on.
Yeah,
They
you,
do
what
set
you
up.
need a good, strong pair of crimping of swaging tools. I have to have
Yes,
a
you
set.
do. Yep, I have a
Believe
swaging
that
tool.
long.
But you know what? I think the anvil works better than the swaging tool.
Yeah.
There's certainly a knack using the swaging tools without a shadow of doubt.
I crimp them 3 times now, not once.
I just replaced the whole cable. They're cheap. And
Yeah, but
for a
up
dead
here-
man cable and the
up here,
liability
Stella,
of us in this society
12
where
bucks.
everybody likes to sue
Yeah.
people. No,
Stella,
and Bruce,
I'm a
people don't know
9-hour
how to
drive
crimp 'em
north
right.
of Helena, Montana, Stella. I'm 9 hours north of Helena, Montana.
Oh, I know, I get it. But you know, say that Nika press. You know what I'm talking about, Bruce?
Yeah.
Yes. People use the wrong tool to crimp them and whatever.
That's right.
Yeah, I can't be sued where I live, so I don't give a. I'm sorry.
Well, I can, but replacing just the inner cable does nothing about the rust and corrosion that's inside, because they don't use Teflon inside of those cables. They only it's just like a little steel thing. I mean, if they're Teflon cables, that's fine. But you know,
I bought some bicycle Teflon cables, but the outside diameter is a little too thin.
Right.
I always offer people the option, Stella, because if you have a Honda mower, and I'm gonna warranty what I do, I will buy a Honda cable and put on.
Right.
Simple as
Right.
that. And they are hideously expensive here.
Right.
So I give people the option: do you want me to replace the inner wire? It's going to look like this. It's going to cost you like that. Or do you want me to go buy a new Honda cable? And 9 out of 10 times, unless it's a commercial guy, they want the inner cable replaced.
You know, there's a
Because the
good argument.
commercial ones are really hard because they have those little rubber boots on them.
Yeah.
That's like you have to buy the entire assembly to replace those. So
But there's an argument that if a kill cable fails, it turns the mower off.
Yeah.
The ultimate safety.
Unless it's rusty.
Then it stays on.
It can get
the
stuck.
one I've got sitting there, the cables are just rusted shut. I put oil in them. I pulled
Hey,
on them. I put oil in them, and I went.
I've actually just mounted a kill switch right on the shroud and with a lead to ground, you know.
Yeah.
Then you have to wire the brake open. So now you've got a liability because you're cutting lawns like you did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I must admit, it's always a bit worrying when you're trying to shut the thing off and it won't stop. You just start thinking, what do I do now? What do I do now? Like, you know,
pull the plug.
grab hold of the cable.
But I mean, guys, if let's say you buy something off someone, say on Craigslist, and you go hurt yourself or whatever it was that you bought, can you sue the seller?
Nope.
Not here.
Why not?
Nope.
I mean, you could, but the costs are too high, Klaus. You have to pay. There's a thing we have in this state called small claims court, which is I think up to like $2,500 or $3,000 in damages, and then you have to like go sue somebody, and then you have to collect. You have to go through a whole different process to try to collect that money. So it's really not worth it.
Yeah, buying a piece of equipment
But
is
you're-
very let the buyer beware.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, Stella, what you do in your shop, you do that as a private person, don't you?
Yes.
So when I show somebody how to do something dangerous on YouTube, I'm not liable.
No.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
You can go through the same motions if somebody really wants to make a problem of it. You're not liable, but you're going to jump through the same hoops of proving that you're not liable.
Not here in Canada.
That's why a lot of
Yeah,
people.
well, that's right, because you guys aren't into that.
We're not a litigative bunch.
That's right. Not,
I mean,
around
if-
here it's just like, oh, nut
If I
jobs
get
everywhere.
if I get a letter from an American lawyer, I'll just take it and go shoot.
Right.
Right in the dump.
Right in the circular file cabinet.
Yeah. Here, if people do something stupid, like buying something off someone else and don't get a hold of a user manual and go hurt themselves, they are the stupid part in this. Their fault. It cannot reflect back to me at all. Hell, I can remove safety switches all day, and no one can sue me for it.
See you later, John Clem.
See you, John.
Yeah,
Bye,
see you,
John.
Take care, John.
It was nice to have you come up, John.
Yeah.
But I never do though. Bypass safety switches. I make more money replacing the switch. So.
Yeah, just think about it though.
I've
Home
quit,
Depot
I've
sells
quit
saws.
bypassing the safety switches, even on lawnmowers where it grounds the coil. I've quit doing that too, just because some of the like I do a lot of work for landlords who give each tenant a lawnmower.
Yeah,
and I don't know the intelligence level of the people that he's renting to. He's a good guy, but I don't know who he's renting to, right?
No.
So I quit disabling safety switches. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always urge those people to like pay an extra $25 a month or $50 and charge it to the client, because renters, they don't care.
No.
That's a lot of these mowers that I have that are just like completely wrecked. are because renters. They doesn't belong to them. It's paid for. That's the
Right.
mentality.
I was going to say, it's just not worth it. 5 years ago to 10 years. Oh, by the way, next week I started my channel 10 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
cool. I'm doing a video with that old snowblower where the mic kicks out, and I'm using a webcam. I'm gonna do a little 10-year thankful thing.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
5 years ago, I would do anything to get a lawnmower running. Now I don't do that. Now
No.
but I did though. You know, when I was hungry and trying to build my channel, I would do anything.
No, but I mean, I think my stigma is that I'm not a trained craftsman. I don't have a craft. I haven't never learned to do anything with my hands by someone.
Well, I think you're pretty good.
Thank you, and I think so too. No, but no, I'm kidding. But
No, you're not.
so thank you. I try to do it the best way or the right way as possible. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, and that's
Because I
that's the way
can't
it should be.
I can't
You'll never
fall back
finish.
on saying I'm a trained mechanic. I can do whatever I want. I can't fall back on that because
Yeah,
I'm not a trained mechanic.
But if you could be sued for information you give people on YouTube,
I can't.
with all the videos you see on YouTube, attorneys would set up their office at the bottom of cliffs,
Right.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
you see
It's
some
not-
seriously stupid crap
I like
going
that.
on. We're at least trying to help people.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, in terms
Cutting
of
trees down is the
how
most
in terms of
entertaining.
how you do your fixes, I mean, if I do something that is what I consider iffy, it never goes on camera.
Right.
I mean, who hasn't sharpened a lawnmower blade that should have been replaced a couple
Not
of years
me.
ago?
I
Not
don't
me.
sharpen them.
Well, I have because the guy says
Trouble
if I have to
John.
replace it, it's not gonna run again. And if there's no safety issue in it, I'll do that.
It's
Even
not gonna-
though
if it's
Hang
not going
on.
to come apart, if it's not going to come apart,
Yes, it is.
Stella disagrees.
Stella's up to
I
something.
disagree.
This
She
is
got
really-
Stinging something out of a box.
Yeah. If it was worth saving, you know it's going to be fun.
I mean, if you're grinding down into one of the little eyelets that are on there, yeah, that's a perfect
Yikers.
good blade. It's got 10 years left in it, no problem.
So tell me real quick, which is the cutting edge? Oh shit!
Well, they had it on
This or
backwards.
that?
Yeah.
That would be the top. The
Your-
top.
Your blade would be popular. It's got an hourglass figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The problem is here, ladies and gentlemen, is the cutting edge, and here is where it's just like
The cutting edge is opposite.
little bits are flying off of it.
Yeah. I mean, if it's so thin, of course I wouldn't do that. But if you have something that is
Right.
just very rounded off because the guy is, moving rocks
Yeah,
with
that's
it,
all right. But
that's not a problem. Yeah.
Conker,
But
Tim
people-
wants the link.
people think I'm trying to take them for a ride when I say I'm not going to sharpen this.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to take off so much material. It wouldn't have any.
Yeah, there'd be no blade.
Well, there is no material to take off. This was a 22-inch blade. Now it's like 19 and a half.
You sharpen it, and a piece will come off of it.
Exactly. Look how thin this is on the end. This is like, onions, Bible pages. That's
Right.
what this is right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Bible page. You have to be religious to use it.
Hey, there's
Hey,
That's what we-
Mister, I
when we were
eat
kids, we called
fancy
onion
food
skin.
in the middle of the day. How you doing?
Oh my God, I want to throw up.
Don't do it, Ken.
And then go
Oh,
and eat
hey,
some
hey, but here's the thing. Carol paid
no way.
for every. I said, Carol, we okay? What do you need? I'm good, she said.
Wow. Wow.
So she
Wow.
stepped
Yeah, it
up.
wasn't bad. It was probably $1,900.
Gee.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of
Buy a
it.
good car for
Yeah,
that.
a lot of money.
I have
Well,
I have a better one.
that was 16
Ooh.
people for lunch and dessert.
The Freddy Krueger
Wow.
Ooh,
blade.
look at that
No,
edge on
no,
that.
no, no.
An elephant.
Stella, you
It's an
got it all
elephant.
wrong. That's a mulching blade. It'll work fine. Don't worry.
This is off of a Honda, and this is the actual cutting blade. This is not the mulcher.
No.
Oh, it's a
Oh
dual
my
blade
God.
system. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dual. Yeah, it's a dual one.
Must be a lot of sand in that area.
Yep.
So, Ken, how did you do with all of the relatives? Did you get together and renew old animosities?
You know, Brucey, most of them are dead, to be honest with you. Most of them are dead. But today was just the rehearsal dinner, so it's just the wedding party and the immediate family.
So you had to know the secret handshake to get in there.
The Water Buffalo Lodge secret handshake. Yeah.
Woo, wah, wah, woo, wah, wah.
Bruce knows the secret handshake.
The Royal Order of the Water Buffaloes.
Is it?
What do you think?
I got to get home because I got someone picking up a snowblower in an hour.
Yeah, Stella too.
You know what? I got to phone this guy because he has not come yet. He said he was coming.
He's over Stella's house.
He knows that
Right.
I don't do anything in the morning. But I've got company coming in 2 hours. Call management, missed call.
Uh-oh.
Has that ever happened?
You're gonna get sacked if you don't call the boss back. You know that.
Well, no, she's in the house working.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm going to call it. We've done our 2 hours.
Yeah. Oh
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah. That's a good one. Interesting. Again, isn't it amazing the different subjects we end up yapping about?
Yeah, but we touched on small engines a lot today.
Yeah,
got a little-
blades and God only knows what else.
That abandoned call was me. I gotta tell you this. This is what it's like when you get old.
So thanks, guys, everybody. Appreciate it. It's good to talk to
Thanks,
everybody.
guys.
Everybody in the comments. Really appreciate it, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Won't see you next week. Won't see you next Saturday.
Enjoy your party, Phil. Enjoy your
Looking
party.
forward to it, mate. Yeah. And, we'll see you after that.
That's your birthday, right?
My birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Phil. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Phil.
Happy birthday, Phil.
Yeah, bon fait. Bon fait.
Bonsoir.
So he left and left the live stream going.
And left
Yeah. He's left it live as well.
Conker, get back here.
Oh dear, does someone have Conker's phone number? I do not.
No, Mick has got it.
Mick, call your buddy.